Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Playtech TV. My name is Kevin, and today we're checking out an absolutely awesome case. It's the Fractal Design Define R5. Now the Define R4 was an absolutely awesome case as well, but this one just takes it to the next level. So let's start out by saying that you can get it in a windowed mode or without the window if that's not really a thing. And color-wise, you can get it in black, white, or as the one we have in front of us now, titanium, which looks really good. Now the design is what we've come to expect from Fractal with the Define series. It's minimalistic, it's kind of, you know, it doesn't have badges all over it. You can't really find any Fractal Design logo unless you open the front cover up. And I really like it. It's not too loud or anything, and it's just really nice. And with the brushed aluminium front, it just really sets a nice tone for the whole case. So let's start with the front I/O then. So it features a headphone jack, a mic jack, a reset button, a power button, 2 USB 2.0 ports and 2 USB 3.0 ports, and it's all nice and flush and it just looks really sexy. I really like it. So the front panel looks great, and it opens up to reveal the dust filters, which are also pointing down. That's to help take out some of the noise. So these dust filters are really good. It means the dust isn't going to get in and get all into your internal components, and that's really nice, and also makes cleaning an absolute breeze. So that is really nice to see. But don't worry though, if you thought that maybe that's not going to get enough air because the front is all blocked off, there's plenty of space in the sides for air to get in, so you're not going to be having any problems when it comes to airflow. Now as far as the front goes, it comes with a 140mm fan pre-installed, but you can also put another 140mm fan in if you would like, or you can run two 120mm fans in the front if you want as well. There's also up top a 3-speed fan controller where you can set the fan speeds of your case fans. Now, one thing I really like is that you can remove the dust filter on the bottom of the case from the front. Now, a lot of cases you can only take it out the back, which means you have to, you know, pull your rig really far forward away from the wall or whatever, and then reach in behind to pull it out. And this is just much more convenient, much nicer, and it runs the entire length of the case as well, which is another nice thing to see in case you want to be running a radiator at the bottom, where many other cases just run it at the very back just for the PSU. Now the bottom can fit either two 120 or 140mm fans with the hard drive cages in, although none are included. There's not really that much to say about the sides. On the non-window version there's a fan mount there, but I really wouldn't recommend running a fan in it because there's no dust filter there, so it would kind of negate, you know, the dust filters in the front if a lot of dust is just going to come in from the side. But of course there's no fan there on the windowed version. When we come around to the other side, we notice there's really nice SSD mounts, a big cutout so you can mount your CPU coolers really easily, and cable management is going to be an absolute breeze with it. There's lots of space, there's Velcro straps, and there's also straps up by the front, which is nice to see for all your hard drive cables. And I think anyone that's built a system before and had trouble with cable management or had to, you know, squeeze the cover on the side back on because the cables were hanging out so much, you're not going to have that problem with this guy. Even if you're running a whole bunch of drives or a lot of things in it, it's just going to be really easy, so that's really nice. Now the back, there's not much to say about it. You can either run a 120 or 140mm fan. There is a 140mm fan pre-installed in it, and there's 7 expansion slots. Moving around to the top, and you see it has the Moduvent covers in there. Now these are toolless to remove, so that's really handy, and it looks really nice. So if you're not planning on putting a cooler up there, you can leave them all in, and that'll stop any dust that would have fallen down into your system otherwise from going in there. But then if you do want to run some fans up there, you can take, say, 2 of them out or just leave 1 of them in, and it doesn't look odd just leaving 1 in. It still flows really nicely, especially if you're looking at it from the front, so I really like that too. As far as the top goes, you can fit either 3 120mm or 3 140mm fans, none of which are included. And as I said before, if you don't want dust falling in from the top, I suggest you have all of the top fans exhausting out of the case. Now dimensions wise, the case is coming in at 232 by 451 by 521 millimeters and a weight of 11.2 kilograms. Now we get to the best part, the water cooling compatibility, and holy compatibility, Batman. This case is so crazy when it comes to its versatility and how you can mount coolers to it. So in the front you can mount a 360, 280, 240, 140 or 120 millimeter radiators of all thickness types, although you will need to move around the hard drive base depending on what size radiator you want to put in, or pull all of them out if you're wanting to put a big boy rad in there. Top, you can put a 420, 360, 280, 240, 140 or 120 millimeter radiator. Now there is a thickness limitation here of 55 millimeters for both the radiator and the fan, and that applies on the 420, 280 and 140 millimeter radiators. The 420 and 360 millimeter radiators require the removal of the optical bay up the top there. The bottom, you can fit a 120 or 240 millimeter radiator, although using radiators on the bottom is going to restrict the length of the PSU you're going to be able to put in to 165 millimeters. And the rear, you could fit in a 120 millimeter or a 140 millimeter radiator. Now you can fit CPU coolers of up to 180 millimeters in height if you're wanting to put a big air cooler on it. GPU wise, you're going to be able to fit a GPU of up to 310 millimeters in length with the hard drive cages installed. So that's going to fit most of your big boys in there, although some of the really huge ones still might not fit, and you might have to take a cage out or shuffle them around to make it fit. However, if you take the hard drive cages out, you have 440 millimeters of clearance. So that's plenty to fit any kind of GPU in it. And power supply wise, you can fit up to a 190 millimeter with the bottom fans installed, or a 300 millimeter power supply with the fans out. So in conclusion, the Fractal Design Define R5 is an extremely well made, extremely good looking case. I really love this thing, and it's just going to look absolutely awesome for any gaming build you plan on doing. It has a great use of dust filters to keep your internals dust free, and I also should mention there's a lot of sound dampening as well, so that's going to take out a lot of the noise out of your rig. If you're wanting to build a really silent rig, this is an excellent case to do so. It's got heaps of compatibility and fan configurations to make sure that pretty much everyone's going to be happy with this. I mean, I can't really imagine anyone complaining about not being able to fit their radiator in it. You have so many options on where you want to put it, and if you want dust filtering for the radiator as well, then you can run it in the front, which would be a really good thing to do, and I've seen a lot of people do that. However, if you want to run a really massive radiator, then you can chuck one in the top exhausting, and you won't have too many dust problems there either. And all round, it's just a fantastic case that everyone has been waiting a long time for. I mean, the Define R4 was around for quite a while, and everybody loved it, and they were thinking, well, how can you make the Define R4 better? But the R5 has done it. It's just an absolutely amazing case. Now, I thank you all for watching this video. Please subscribe to Playtech TV if you haven't already, and like the video. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.